Tallgrass Digger here. Hope everyone had a good Christmas and looking forward to the next year. And especially now, this is my first year metal detecting or relic hunting, and got some pretty good gifts this year to help me do that. And had some fun watching some cool videos for about a couple months leading into this. And of course, here it's the winter months, so a lot of snow, frozen ground. About the only thing I'm finding out here is maybe some surface finds around the stores and the parking lots. But for the most part, I think it'll go pretty good. Got all the equipment I need, I think, and a lot of help from some of those folks out there already doing this and posting their videos online. So big shout out to those guys. So big shout out right now. First one would be the Hoover Boys. Kurt and his friends really spent a lot of time watching their videos and learned a lot from those guys. Also a shout out to Stealth Diggers out there. You guys, Stealth Digger Nation, boy, got some wild and crazy folks, but a lot of knowledge floating around in those heads in there. So like watching those videos and trying to learn as much as I can. And I look forward to really sharing what I find. Honestly, at this point, I'm pretty excited to get started, so I really don't care if I dig up a pop can tab, to be honest with you. And I think if I do, and if that happens to be my first one, I'm putting it on a necklace, and I'm putting it around my neck, because just the idea of digging and finding something with a metal detector, to me is kind of like, it's like hunting or fishing or any of those types of things that require diligence and patience and a lot of work. It's not easy. I think a lot of the things, I was actually getting more and more intrigued by the piles of junk that these guys were digging up. Kurt does a great job of sharing all his stuff, and here's all the trash. I think some of that was interesting, to be honest with you. I think, not saying that I would keep it all, but for the most part, that shows the work. That shows that you definitely have to have some patience, and you have to dig every hole. And like Wild Bill always says, every hole matters, and it does. You have to make sure everyone does matter, and that also means respect and courtesy. So for me, I'm going to try to follow the same rules those guys set up already and have established, and that being, take your trash with you. Don't leave that stuff. Fill your holes back up. Be courteous to the landowners. Get proper permissions. If you need a permit, get a permit. Take the time to do that. I haven't even gotten my first one yet, and I'm looking into that. Looking into some areas, doing some research, learning a lot. Love history anyway, so for me, that's a given. But still an English major, so I like to write, and so that's a big thing for me. But I would say that for anybody aspiring to do this, it's a sport, it's a hobby. To me, also, it could be considered an art form if you think about it. If you ever watch these guys, swinging that detector out there, there's an art form to how you move that piece of equipment to make it work. I think it's important to understand that you can't just turn something on and then it just does all the work for you. You have to learn how to use the tools, take care of the tools, maintain them, but at the same time make sure that they're in their good working condition, and test them, making sure that before you head out to the field that your stuff is basically ready to go. And that includes checking your equipment. Is your shovel cracked? That'd be one thing. I'd hate to see someone step on a shovel hoping to dig a hole and hoping to get that nice plug out and end up breaking their shovel and hurting themselves. So I think it's important to also check your equipment before you head out. Make sure you have everything. But I always thought it was funny that Kurt always said, eat your lunch. Absolutely eat your lunch. But at the
Eat your
same
breakfast.
time, I would say you also need to drink water. Drink water. You definitely need to hydrate while you're out there. You don't realize how much sun you're getting. Sunscreen's important. Kurt can attest to that. We're both light-skinned, red-headed guys, so we burn. We don't tan. There's no such thing as tanning with us. So, to keep from frying, you got to put that sunscreen on. Put a long-sleeve shirt on if you need to. but hydrate. Definitely drink some water. And so what I'll say is everybody's got their little slogan and whatnot. So I'm going to say leave nothing behind, but at the same time, drink your water. So look forward to seeing everybody. Can't wait to get started and show you some of the finds that I end up getting. And like those guys, not sure that I'm going to sell anything. Probably keep it in a nice looking box, share it with people and show them what it is, give us gifts, and have fun with it. So it's a part of who we are as a nation, our history, even the coins. One little coin can tell a whole story, or any little find for that matter, a relic can definitely tell a story. So dig in. Make sure that you do the research, open a book, get on the internet, find out some information. That's what I'm going to do. So look forward to seeing everybody out there. So all right.